Senior Airman Cristina Newman of the Air National Guard.
On behalf of the Dover School District, I would like to welcome you to our Veterans Day ceremony. My name is Cristina Newman, and I'm the Secretary of the Elementary, and I'm a Operation Enduring Freedom Air Force veteran. Thank you. It is an absolute honor to be in front of all of these heroes. For those of you who came before me, thank you for laying the foundation. For those of you who fought with me, thank you for having my back. For those of you who just made the commitment to serve this great nation, I commend you for your decision. Thank you for coming, and I hope you enjoy the ceremony.
Chosen to sacrifice their lives for something they care about deeply, and each and every one of them has taken risks that many of us can't even begin to understand. Your service has been imperative in keeping this country safe and free, and I want to make sure that you all know that all of us appreciate what you have done for us. So, once again, thank you.
They would like to honor their local veterans with a small portion of their special performance, and they would like to thank you for your service.
America, the beautiful, the red, white, and blue. Show your spirit, stand up, be true. Yell red, red, white, white, blue, blue. Cheers to you. America, the beautiful, the red, white, and blue. Show your spirit, stand up, be true. Yell red, red, white, white, blue, blue. Cheers to you.
Speaker, Sergeant Major Retired Rex Surrette. Sergeant Major Rex Surrette enlisted in the Army National Guard at the age of 17 in Russellville, Arkansas. He began his career as a light-wheeled vehicle mechanic and a power generator specialist. Sergeant Major Surrette was trained and occupied 5 military occupational specialties, including his light-wheeled vehicle mechanic. He served as parts and records specialist, bridge crew specialist, administrative specialist, infantryman, field artillery, multi-launch rocket system specialist. Sergeant Major Surrette is a veteran of the Iraq War. He served in various positions of leadership: squad leader, trainer, investigator, section chief, first sergeant, and sergeant major. Sergeant Major Surrette retired from the military September 30th, 2018, with 40-plus years of military service. He is decorated with the Bronze Star Medal, the Meritorious Service Medal, the Joint Service Achievement Medal, the Army Commendation Medal with 2 oak leaf clusters, Army Achievement Medal with 1 oak leaf cluster, the Army Good Conduct Medal, the National Defense Medal with Bronze Star, the Iraq Campaign Medal with Bronze Star, the Army Reserve Achievement Medal with silver oak leaf cluster, and 4 bronze oak leaf clusters. Sergeant Major Surrette also has an extensive list of state awards for his military service. Sergeant Major is currently serving as the commander of the Chapter 27 Disabled American Veterans, where he is a veteran service officer, and he is on the board of directors for Warrior Keep. Please welcome Sergeant Major Retired Rex Surrette.
I had a lot to follow up here, and I'm not so sure I can meet the grade. So, second graders, give them another round of applause. The most difficult one is going to be the follow-up for my daughter, Cristina Surrette. She knows who she is. Before I get started, I want to the servicemen and women that are out here today. And I salute you. And for those of you that have served abroad, welcome home. What we need to understand about being a veteran is it cannot be inherited, nor can it be purchased. I have earned it with my blood, sweat, and tears. I own it forever, the title veteran. Since December 13th, 1636, the United States of America has retained a fierce fighting force. It began with the Minutemen, known today as the Army National Guard. The Minutemen were men who volunteered to protect cities, towns, and communities. They are nothing more than American settlers who came to the New World searching for a better life. On 14 June 1775, the Continental Army of the United States was formed and led by our first U.S. President, General George Washington. Through the years, many things have changed as how we do our jobs as servicemen and women. Some of those changes center around how we develop a battle plan, how we maneuver our troops, rules and regulations. There are many rules and regulations within the military. The one that I desire most is the foundation of all service members to embrace. This is known as the Military Code of Conduct. The Military Code of Conduct. I am an American, fighting in the forces which guard my country and our way of life. I am prepared to give my life in their defense. I will never surrender of my own free will. If in command, I will never surrender the members of my command while they still have means to resist. If I am captured, I will continue to resist all means available. I will make every effort to escape and aid others in escaping. I will accept neither parole nor special favors from the enemy. If I become a prisoner of war, I will keep my faith with my fellow prisoners. I will give no information or take part in any action which might be harmful to my comrades. If I am senior, I will take command. If not, I shall obey the lawful orders of those appointed over me and will back them up in every way. One question, should I become a prisoner of war? I will require to give only my name, rank, service number, and date of birth. I will evade answering further questions to the utmost of my ability. I will make no oral or written statement disloyal to my country and its allies or harmful to their cause. I will never forget that I am an American and I am fighting for freedom, responsible for my actions, and dedicated to the principles which make my country free. I will trust in my God and in the United States of America. It is this code that each soldier, sailor, marine, and airman have in common. Although we boast amongst ourselves as to which branch of service is better than the other, we all know it's Army. And that's the presumed standard of each respective branch, because we know that the Air Force and the Navy have much less of a physical fitness program. In closing, I would like to leave you with a poem, and I want you to listen to this poem and understand that the most important question is the last sentence of this poem. The words reflect the mindset and beliefs of all service members, past and present. A soldier's heart. What is the heart of a soldier? Is it the look in a soldier's eyes when he or she gazes into the beauties of the world? Is it the soldier's outstretched hand when near a person in need? Is it the soldier's action when faced with a difficult or unpopular decision? Is it the soldier's response when he or she hears of an individual in distress? Is it the soldier's devotion to those who serve with him or her? Is it the soldier's integrity to do what is right when no one is there to observe his or her actions? Is it the soldier's loyalty that stands firm when others criticize their organization? Maybe it is the soldier's selfless service to do for others before him or herself. Is it the patriot that stands up for his or her country? Is it the soldier's ethics and morals used as the basis for his or her decision? Is it the soldier's respect for his or her peers and subordinates and seniors and all those who enter into his or her path? I'm inclined to think that these are present in the heart of a soldier. The soldier sees the beauty of the world as God created it. The soldier is willing to reach out and help those in need. The soldier stands firm when tough decisions are to be made. The soldier's ears are open, and he or she is tentative to those who are in distress. The soldier is dedicated to those who stand with him or her. The soldier possesses loyalty, duty, respect, selfless service, honor, integrity, and last, personal courage. So what lies in the heart of other men and women? I would like to close by thanking the Dover School District for having this great opportunity to be here today. I humbly respect everything that you are doing for our veterans on this one day of the year, but more so, how you're teaching our children. And I know one thing for sure, the director of the athletic department said he sure would like to have as many people here today as at a football game. So, thank you again, and God bless.
Ladies and gentlemen, Sergeant Major Rex Surrette, giving a round of applause. We announce your name, please stand up and please hold your applause until the end. Rick White, Private First Class, Army. Stephen Ingram, Sergeant, Marine Corps. Richard Baker, E4, Army National Guard. Nicholas Reed, Corporal, Marine Corps. Tom Deere, Specialist, Army. Travis Casey, Private First Class, Army National Guard. Ronnie Dotson, Corporal, Marine Corps. Danny Price, Corporal, Marine Corps. Renee Massey, Specialist, Army. Charles Fox, Sergeant, Air Force. Ashley Black, Petty Officer, 2nd Class, Navy. Heather Womack, Petty Officer, 2nd Class, Navy. Jackie Johnsgard, Specialist, Army. David McKimmey, Corporal, Army. Kassondra McKimmey, Private First Class, Army National Guard. David Bahus, Retired First Sergeant, Army. Douglas Pearson, Specialist, Army. Cristina Newman, Senior Airman, Air National Guard. Tim Newman, Sergeant First Class, Army National Guard. Rex Surrette, Retired Sergeant Major, Army National Guard. William Mitchell Casto, Specialist, Army. Thomas Nelson, Corporal, Army. Amy Stockton, Sergeant, Army Reserve. Greg Widener, Sergeant, Marine Corps and Army. Jeremy Ford, Sergeant, Army. Jacob Purvis, Senior Airman, Air Force. Quincy Jones, Lieutenant Colonel, Army. Steve Ellis, Fireman, E3, Navy. Nolan Smith, Sergeant, Army National Guard. Danny Hips, Sergeant, Marine Corps. John Caldell, Specialist, Army. James Robert Philpott Jr., Senior Airman, Air Force. John Reinhold, Sergeant, First Class, Army National Guard. Lonnie Harding, Master Sergeant, Army. Justin Herdman, Staff Sergeant, Army. Raymond Hayden, Specialist, Army. Ray Boyd, Sergeant, First Class, Army. Chris O'Neill, Major, Army. Michelle Benguel, Specialist, Army. Noble Benguel, Private First Class, Army. Joshua Dill, E4, Senior Airman, Air Force. Earl Lusk, Private First Class, Army. Aaron Anderson, Specialist, Army. Jim Killer, E5, Army. Ron Walker, Airman, First Class, Air Force. Bruce Bourne, Sergeant, Army. Steve Jones, Sergeant, Army. Tommy Williams, Staff Sergeant, Army. William Finley, OS2, Navy. Chuck Hayward, E5, Army. Garrett Beach, Airman, 2nd Air Force. Kenneth Summers, 2nd Class Gunner Mate, Navy. David McBride, 1st Class Petty Officer, Navy. Richard Ayers, Tech Sergeant, Air Force. Shelby Miller, E5, Army. Royce Meredith, Senior Chief, Petty Officer, Navy. Robert Sims, Aviational Structural Mechanic, Navy. Neil Burton, Sergeant Master, Senior, Air Force. William W. Watts, Sergeant, Army. Wesley Stockton, Private First Class, Army Reserve. Arla Spartan, Staff Sergeant, Air Force. And Dwayne Marlowe, BM3, Navy. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give all these veterans in attendance a huge